What's up, everybody? We're back here on Holmakra today, and yes, I am at least back for one more video for a little while. I've kind of felt pretty good today and thought about making a video. So Holmakra has been one of my favorite maps thus far on 19, so I thought I'd get back to that and do a little bit. And let's see. Oh yeah, okay. So we moved to this new spot, and I think we probably still got some trees down around here somewhere that we can come pick up. Surely there's, if not, we'll cut some more. But just trying to remember where I was at here. been a little while, but yeah. So in case you've been wondering, where I've been, and you don't follow me on Facebook or see any of the posts or anything, whenever you start making these videos like this and posting them Monday, Wednesday, Friday, it almost after a while kind of turns into a second job and isn't fun anymore. So I kind of lost interest there for a little bit, and I'm starting to get it back. I'm really looking forward to getting Ransom Ridge finished and get that out, and we'll do that pretty soon. It probably will not be in November like I hoped. It's probably going to be in December sometime because there's still a lot left. I've got a lot of roads to finish up, and the town is mostly finished, but I still got some road work to do there and a lot of terrain work, and placing just a few more trees. But I'd say probably 95% of the trees are placed, so it's almost there. I mean, I'd say overall total map wise, I'm probably I said 80% at one point, but I bet it's closer to 90% because like I said, there's just a little bit left to do. And now this is frozen up on me again. I tell you, this Xbox controller, I don't know if it's that or what's going on here. There you go. And then see, then it'll unlock and then it'll go, but I don't know what's up with this thing. Alright, let's see. So here on Holmakra, if you remember, right across from where it says gas station and Timmer and Fliss AB, whatever the heck that is, we're trying to buy those two pieces of land, and one of them's like 1.1 million, and the other one's, I don't know, 1.2 million or something crazy. So we need a lot of wood moved, and so we'll have to see if we can't get some more cut. I know this spot right over here is still within. Oh, there's a lot of. Okay, here's our fellow buncher. Yeah. Okay, so we got a few trees to pick up. So let's go ahead and get these skidded up, the ones we got cut down. And we'll try to finish out this load and make us another load so we can get a little bit more money. But yeah, I just kind of needed a break from Farming Simulator because after a while it does start to feel like work and it's not fun anymore. So having a little break seems to have helped. But I probably will not be back on the Monday, Wednesday, Friday schedule for quite some time. Probably on into January if this channel survives. I thought it was a blow whenever YouTube changed their policy about, you had to have 1,000 subscribers for your videos to be monetized and all that. I thought it was a bit of a blow for that. But now this child protection stuff is, the FTC, in case you haven't been following along with that, the FTC is in charge of regulating online content for the protection of children. Okay, and what that means is, like, let's just limit it to YouTube. So, let me see if I can describe this. Alright, so, YouTube has stated that, I'm trying to get away from this thing so I can talk. YouTube has stated that, when you're on, or actually the FTC has stated whenever you're on YouTube, they're trying to limit the stuff that children see that could potentially be harmful to them, which, I don't know. I've watched my videos back and seen some of the advertisements and stuff. I don't see what the big deal is. Maybe there's one or two that's inappropriate, but then again, I don't watch videos that are vulgar or have violent video games. I don't know what in the world kind of advertisements those show. I don't watch that stuff, but anyway, what they're trying to do is, of course, YouTube has said, no, we've done all that. You know, that you have to have a login to view videos on YouTube, and you have to be, 13 to have a login or whatever. I don't know. FTC says that ain't gonna fly, so they're trying to regulate the content creators. And so, what this new thing that's going to go into effect January 1st is if you make content for children, and here's where it gets a little vague, is also in those rules it says if the content is appealing to children, which, I don't know what that means. Does that mean, toys and, playing with Lego and, I don't know what exactly that means. Is it sing-alongs, that sort of stuff? But here's what I'm worried about is this game, Farming Simulator. I mean, it's, children play it, I have no doubt, but when you look at my video viewership, the age range is, I think, anywhere from 18 to, I don't remember. It's way up there. Big range of above 18 or 18 and above. But I have no doubt that parents are letting their kids get their phones or tablets or something, or even on the TV, and they could be watching this video. So, is this appealing to children because this is the E for Everyone game, or any other person on YouTube who's making videos with, games they're playing that are E for Everyone? Does that apply to us? Or, because my videos, I'm not intending them to be geared towards children, but what I'm scared of is if I don't mark it as made for children, then I run the risk of either YouTube or the FTC coming in and saying, oh, well, we've looked at your viewership and we determined that some children are watching your videos, and so we're going to mark all those videos for you. And then now all those videos get demonetized, and future videos could be demonetized, or I could get hit with fines even. I doubt it would come to that anytime soon. And I really don't feel like my videos are made for children, so maybe I'm just making too big of a deal out of it, but it still kind of worries me, because, I've stated this before, that I'm not trying to make a ton of money on YouTube, but it would be nice, for all my efforts of putting quality content up on YouTube to be paid for it, at least a little bit. So, if it comes to the point to where my videos are going to have to be marked as made for children, then I'm just going to quit, because it's not worth it to me. I enjoy making the videos when I feel like making them and stuff like that, but it's a tough line, because like I said, I wasn't trying to make a ton of money on YouTube, although, like I said, it would be nice to get a little something for my efforts. I spend tons of time making these maps, and I don't get paid for it, so it's just fun. So it would be kind of nice to get a little something. And let's see, I started my YouTube channel, I guess it would have been 2015, I think, is when I started. And it took me until about 2017 or so to finally get paid from YouTube. And see, they don't pay you till you get to $100. You have to build up all the ad revenue into an account. When it gets to $100, then you can have YouTube, write you a check or whatever. So it was a good 2 years before I got paid. And then the whole, you have to have 1,000 subscribers thing hit, and I finally did get to that back in August. And so I have not gotten paid again from YouTube, but it's just nice to get a little something out of it. It's not much. I think my channel right now, oh gosh, I don't know what you would even equate that to. Because right now I'm on track. I was on track till I stopped making videos, but I was on track to get paid in December. Most likely January. But so that's what, September, October, November. That's 4 months. $100 in 4 months. Yeah. Which I'm not even going to get that now. It's probably going to be, if I continue with this child protection stuff, it's probably going to be February or March before I get paid now. It's like I lost a tree or something. Maybe didn't hook one up. Alright, let's see if we can still use these dual joysticks. Uh-oh. One of my joysticks is not working. What's up with that? And now neither one of them are working. Okay, be right back. Okay, well, I'm not sure what's going on there, but we got it working again. So let's see now if we can do some damage here. Every once in a while that happens, but it's not very often. I don't know, it's like the joystick, one of my joysticks for some reason just doesn't want to work. And I unplugged it, plugged it back in, and restarted the game, and everything's fine. I don't know, it's weird. You know, the other thing about this whole, you know, running this channel, staying plugged in with Farming Simulator, all that, that's part of it, the staying plugged in part. Because, you know, at times, well, you know, when you're a creator like me, videos and maps and stuff like that, you know, you kind of want to do something different and unique just to capture the audience's attention a little better. And, you know, oh, did you hear about what NLA is doing or whatever, you know, and go watch the video, stuff like that. So I was staying so plugged in that I think it just kind of got to be too much, you know. Like I was following all the Facebook groups and on Discord and keeping up with what everybody was doing, and it just got to be a little bit too much. So, you know, take a little break, and now I'm back for today at least, and we'll see what happens from here on. But like I said, I'm still planning on probably taking off most of December. I just got a lot of stuff going on. There's stuff at church. There's the community band that I play in here in my hometown. We're getting ready for our Christmas concert, and that'll be coming up pretty soon. Actually, December 13th is our Christmas concert for that group, and then December 15th is at church, our Christmas program there. And then my wife sings with the group, and she's got singing engagements in parts of December. Oh, just a lot of stuff. In fact, that 15th weekend is going to be kind of brutal because on the 13th, I'm performing with my community group. On the 14th, she sings up in Arkansas. We're going to that. And then on the 15th is my church service, Christmas program. So, ooh, that's gonna be a busy weekend. Lots of trombone playing. Well, Friday and Sunday. I ain't playing for their group, but and then of course you got your Christmas parties and stuff to go to, and it's just December's always busy. So I'll be taking most of December off. Probably will still be trying to put up some videos every once in a while, but it won't be anything regular. And then, like I said, once I make a decision about what's going to happen with the child protection stuff on YouTube, then I will decide if I want to continue this channel or not. And right now, I'm thinking that maybe I'm just making too big of a deal out of it. I think maybe there's going to be, because I mean, there's the FTC is still taking comments from the public, and I know a lot of video creators on YouTube are making their voices heard, saying that, you know, the rules are too vague, which I absolutely agree with. They are too vague, and so then, you know, what happens from here? Is it a situation to where the rules are what they are as they exist, or will there be changes made? You know, are they going to say, give some examples? You know, are they going to look at, okay, say the FTC says, okay, we need some examples, go look at this such and such channel and you'll see what we're talking about. This is what we mean. And then that would be better. But they're probably not going to do that, because the FTC probably doesn't care about any of us YouTubers. Probably just don't care. I mean, there's some people that, you know, make a living off of this, and, you know, YouTube, I mean, making thousands of dollars a month. And, you know, what's going to happen to their channel if by chance they are making content for children? Then I think that's effectively going to kill their channel, because they're going to have to turn off the ad revenue. Always get that thing in the way. Now the whole thing's in the way. Jeez. So I better go ahead and cut that one, because I'm sure it's likely to cause a problem. Okay, so I'm just going to kind of have to guesstimate as far as time-wise how we're doing today, because I had to stop the video to fix my joysticks, and then I didn't take note of what time it was and all that stuff. So, oh well, do the best we can. I'm gonna definitely see if we can't get this load finished up and try to get that delivered today, because I really would like to try to get further along on that and get that piece of land purchased. Actually, both of those, but golly, we got a long way to go. and I don't really want to mod in the money because that's no fun. It's just, you know, cheating. Anyway, although on a lot of these videos, whenever I start the series, I'll just go ahead and mod in, you know, $2 or $3 million, and just go ahead and buy the equipment, because I don't know, it's the grind of you know, working from what they give you on a map or some of the in-game stuff. It's just too much sometimes, so I like to just go ahead and mod in the money and get right to the good stuff. Yeah, so if you follow me on Facebook, you probably saw yesterday, well, actually it would have been Saturday, yesterday for me, Saturday for y'all, where I posted about, there was a logging crew behind my house, and there's a tract of almost 40 acres back behind me on my rear property line, and it got sold earlier this year, and the realty company that bought it, well, it was a realty company that bought it, and so my guess is they're cutting off all the timber to build them a subdivision or something back there. I hope it's, I don't know, I hope they don't cut the whole thing. There's a little creek back behind my property line that I guess they'll have to get across somehow. It's dry, so they probably could. But anyway, back there yesterday, I heard them getting close to my back property line, so I went back there and stood at my fence line and watched, and I couldn't quite see the wheeled fellow buncher at first. I knew it was a wheeled fellow buncher because I went down there to where they got their little landing set up, and just kind of drove by there a couple times and looked to see what all they had. But they were cutting over there, and I couldn't hear them. I mean, I could hear them, but I couldn't see them. And then a little bit later, I was standing there, and a skidder came by, and at first I thought it was a 635, Tiger Cat 635, but it's not. It's a 625, which is the smaller version of the Tiger Cat that has the bogie, you know, set up on the back. So, you know, they're not running the big 635, but they got the 625. Still pretty cool, because that thing will drag some wood too. But I watched him make a few drags. That thing is quiet. Golly, it's quiet. I don't like that. I mean, you know, if you watch Cotton Top and you Cotton Top 3 and you see his 635, that thing will talk to you. The big old diesel grunt to it. But this little 625 they're running back there, that thing is quiet. I mean, all you can hear really is stuff rattling on it. You know, they're not running chains or nothing, but you can hear, you know, the winch lead back there probably rattling against something, and when they come over a bump or something, you hear the grapple kind of rattling back there or whatever, but you can barely hear the engine at all, and I just don't like that. I like for it to talk to you. But I know they're clear cutting it, and probably not going to replant it, because up there at the landing I heard a big chipper going, probably a big tub grinder type chipper. I haven't driven by there to see, but that thing was, you know, it sounded like they were putting some big stumps in there, and it was blah, blah. You know, it was getting after it. So that right there leads me to believe, without a doubt, that they're probably gonna clear cut the whole thing and put house lots in there, is my guess. But yeah, it's okay. I've got a little buffer back there. I was going to clear that out to my back fence. When I moved into this house, you know, I wasn't really sure where the back line was, because it was so you know, grown up back there, vines and trees and all kind of stuff, bushes. But I got to looking around back there, and I found some metal poles, which it looks like at one time it was a fence, and that's my property line. And so there's probably a 20-foot buffer between my fence and the where I mow. You know, I've got it cleared off, and I was going to clear all that out back to the fence, and now I'm not going to because you know, it's probably going to be a house in my backyard or something. So I think I'll just leave it. Sometimes you gotta get just right to get all this stuff picked up. I don't know why it's not grinding that stump up. Well, you know, I hated that there was so many small trees in this area. I knew it was going to be a lot to, you know, make a load. But I also figured that with being a little bit closer to the sawmill, I can make loads a little quicker. Gosh, we still need more trees to finish out that load. Okay, well, let's cut a few more, because I mean we gotta get it done. Oh yeah, I didn't talk about the wheeled fellow buncher. Yeah, so the wheeled fellow buncher finally got around to where I could see it. It's a John Deere. The numbers were kind of worn off. I couldn't really see. Of course, it was a little bit far away, but I think it's probably a 743 or an 843. I haven't looked at the model numbers on John Deere's website or anything to get it figured out yet, but it's they were cutting down some monster trees over there. I had to make 2 or 3 cuts into it to get some of them down. Yeah, there's some big old trees back in there. Right behind my house, it's like I said, there's a little creek there. So it's mostly, well, there's a few sweet gum, but it's mostly there's some beech trees back there, and on up a little behind my neighbor's house, it gets more into pine trees, but they're real small. But on over to my left, back over there, there's some monster trees in there. There's a pine tree back there. Oh, I don't know. That thing is huge. It's probably, if I had to guess, just, I mean, I can't see the trunk even from where I'm at, but if I had to guess, that thing's probably a 20 something or 30-inch diameter tree. That thing's huge. And although I don't like them cutting my trees back there, well, not my trees, but you know what I mean, it is fun to watch them work. They don't lack too much from having it all done. I bet you probably, if the weather holds out by the end of next week, they'll probably be moving off. Uh-oh. Yeah, it kind of makes me miss. I was a forester for a little while. Got a degree in forestry, and worked for a little while for a timber company down in central Louisiana for a little while. But I don't know. I didn't really care too much for working there. I mean, maybe if I was in a different situation, it would have been a little better. But I did enjoy being around the equipment and stuff. It was always fun to watch. And the smells, oh my goodness, when I was back there yesterday, smelling them fresh cut trees and all that dirt and stuff, oh, it smelled good. I miss all that. Yeah, also I'm going to be throwing in some American Truck Simulator videos. I bought the expansion state Utah when it came out here not too long ago, so I'll be playing some of that. I've been playing a little bit up there in Utah. I've made a few deliveries and pickups around Utah, so that's pretty fun. So I'll be expecting some of that at some point. I've got to get all my mods line back out again. I hate, like, especially whenever you download mods from just some random website, not the Steam Workshop, that they don't get updated quickly enough, and sometimes they'll crash your game. And what happened was, I had a few mods in there that I thought were compatible with everything that I had, and I guess they weren't. And my game kept crashing. I would pull out on the road, getting ready to go, and then all of a sudden the game would just poof, gone. So, had to get all my mods updated. Okay, we may have enough with what's on the ground. I'm gonna cut just these two right here, and we'll see if that's gonna be enough. Well, I did see where FDR has a new map out, so if you're looking for a new map to play, you might go check that out. I forget what it's called. Anyway, I saw his little video preview for it, and I watched that, and of course he never really goes into a whole lot of detail on those things, but it looks like a pretty cool map. It's like it's kind of a, I don't know, almost kind of a rundown area, you know, like the forest hasn't been cut in a while or something. I think I remember seeing some trees and stuff across the roads and things like that. It was pretty fun. But the thing with me and FDR's maps is, you know me, I like to put a lot of trees on my maps, and that's why I like this Holmakra so much, is it's pretty thick. And I think that, you know, he should probably think about in the future putting more trees on a map. Although in some of the other maps I remember, and maybe it's just a performance issue, I'm not sure what the deal is, but you know, why it's not putting more, but it seems like on a couple of his maps they were pretty thick in some spots, but I don't know, I just like the thicker trees. It kind of gives you more to do. It looks a little better in my opinion, instead of just having you know, an area. Well, I mean, when you look out through here, I mean, it looks like a forest, you know. It doesn't look like a state park or something, you know. I just like more trees on my maps. These three hooked up. Grab a screenshot real quick. And let me get the remaining trees that are over here. I hope that's enough to fill out this load. If not, we'll just go ahead and send it. I think it'll be pretty close. These are the last two right here. Maybe some more back there, but let's get these out of the way first. We'll see. Oh yeah, this ought to be enough right here. Alright everybody, well we're getting ready to wrap this video up. As soon as I get these trees processed and loaded, we're going to take off to the mill and get those trees sold. I'm hoping that'll get us closer to 700,000, which will be just a little bit closer to our goal. I'm trying to get to $1 million or so we can that didn't go quite as planned. I don't think I got that in my grapple good. Anyway, we're trying to get to a little over $1 million so we can buy at least one of those tracts of timber. And then once we do that, we're moving again closer to the sawmill so we can make really quick turnarounds on all those deliveries and try to get that other piece of land bought so we can put our production sawmill in, and then we'll be in business. Those pallets of lumber, I think those things make you a pretty good profit. At least I would hope so. I haven't really, done any kind of test or anything versus like, I know like a fully loaded log truck like we got here, it'll probably run you about, depending on, the logs and stuff, probably 75 to 90,000, something like that. But if you have a truckload of lumber, I'm not sure what you would get for all that. I haven't calculated all that up yet, but I hope it's pretty good. If not, we won't do it. We'll just stick with delivering logs. But it is fun to do something a little different, like we did over on Wilhelmina Forest, which by the way, the last time I tried running that map, it would not load, so I'm not sure what's going on with that. I didn't change anything, it just won't load. So we may be done with Wilhelmina Forest, I don't know. I'm having so much fun here on Holmakra. I really enjoy playing this map. Trying to go fast here so I can get it done. Oh yeah, we should have enough here, at least to make it a somewhat reasonable last load. Looks like for some reason my front bunk logs have shifted on me. I'm not sure how that happened. Let's take a look here and see. Yep, something happened there. So I'm going to have to back up and bunch those up a little better. golly, the thing was already running. Sometimes it's hard to tell if it's running or not. So I should just look at my gauges and see if they're lit up. Okay. Well, I didn't get that one on there very good. Oh, okay, it fell into place. Alright. So I'm going to see if I can back my truck up just a little bit and see if we can't bunch these logs up just a little better. There we go. Alright, let's go. Let's see, am I going the right way? Oh yeah, that's right, it wouldn't let me plow anymore because I don't own that land, but landowner gave us permission to go across right here, so we're going to go for it. That might be too sharp of a turn. Yeah, it's probably going to be too sharp. Have we even delivered a load out of here? I don't remember. I don't know if we have. Come on, let's go. I'm looking forward to getting back into some bigger trees so we can make a little faster loads. Oh yeah, and before I forget, in case anybody's still watching this and cares about the Making a Logging Map series, I am going to be putting the last video of the series up here pretty soon. And it's basically just talking about finishing up the map, what you need to do to get it ready for, you know, to put up on a mod site or whatever, release to the public, you know, all that stuff, making the preview screen and the, you know, all the files necessary to having the map ready to go, that sort of stuff. That'll be coming pretty soon. Yeah, so just to our right is what I'm talking about buying this field over here. We're going to put the production sawmill in there. Then we'll have to buy this tract in front of us too. So I have plenty of timber right over here to harvest. And you can see right up there on the side of that hill and all the back in there's pretty good timber. So once we get that tract of timber or tract of land purchased right there, we'll be able to cut that timber and then make really quick runs over here to the sawmill and buy this other one to our left back over here, which will complete the whole spot of land that we're going to need for the production sawmill. Alright, so 80,000. Alright, so we're over 700,000. And if you remember, let's go back here to our big map so we can look at the lands. Okay, so what I'm talking about is this one right here is the cheaper one, so it's just over $1 million. This one back here where the sawmill is, I can't believe that they didn't make that where you could own it by default. But anyway, it's almost 1.2 million, so I'm gonna buy this one first. And then if you look, you can kind of see right here, there's the green, that's that field where the production sawmill is going to go. But all this back in here is good timber. So we're going to buy this one first, cut all this timber, probably set up a landing, probably right here in this, at the edge of this field, or maybe even right down here. I have to look and see where there's a good spot. And then we'll, skid all the trees up there, and then we'll just have to go right across the street to the sawmill. So we should be able to buy this one that I've got highlighted in blue a lot quicker. Then, we may come back over in this area because we didn't finish any of this. Right, we're cutting on this one right here, but there's still a good bit we didn't get. So I have to come back and get that one. But that's the plan, and that's going to do it for this video of Holmakra, and we will come back soon on this series and try to purchase that other tract of timber. So we just got let's see, a little over, well, I'd like to get about at least $250,000 to $300,000, so we're not stressing ourselves if we buy that land and not have much money, because we do have to buy fuel and pay the workers' salaries and all that stuff. And which, by the way, I have not updated that spreadsheet over on my website. If you click on noagaming.com, go over there, and then go to the FS19 link at the top, you'll see where we're keeping up with the finances. I need to go back through that at some point and update that because we are on, I think, day 3 now. And kind of what I did was I just paid the workers every day instead of once every 2 weeks or whatever, because I wasn't sure how long I'd be here. So I need to pay the workers and get all that stuff calculated up, wood sold and all that good stuff, running costs, fuel. But anyway, I'm going to end it here, and so thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.